This video is going to demonstrate how to join in the round to begin the hat. So I've cast on my 64 stitches. This was my last cast on stitch right here. Got my tail and my working yarn. Now I need to join this stitch to this stitch. The only way to do that is to move all of these stitches down the cable to the other needle. So I'm going to pull on that needle and I'm going to push all of these stitches to the tip of this needle, and I call that loading the stitches onto the needle to be knit. Then I'm going to grab that cable and I'm going to use my thumb to hold it because I need to manipulate the stitches before I can even think about the next step. So all I'm going to do is just manipulate these stitches. I'm going to move more cable along so I can get closer to those stitches with the yarn attached. Then I'm going to spend a couple of moments, and just make sure that my braid is all facing inward. If your braid is twisted while you're starting your hat, the bottom of your hat will have a twist to it, and it can be overcome, but we want to avoid it. So now both of my yarns are sitting here and going over the top. I want both of them in here. So I'm going to reposition them and kind of wiggle and wrestle with my cable and my extra needle till I get them where I want them. So now I'm going back to a single hand hold with the thumb holding that cable. My tail should be close to my body and my working yarn should be back there. Now my first cast on stitch that I loaded onto that needle is very close to my last cast on stitch that I worked here. So the way we join in the round is our pattern, row 1 is knit 1, purl 1 all the way around. So what I'm going to do is that working yarn is in the back because my first stitch is going to be a knit. So I'm going to enter that stitch, going to grab my working yarn, wrap it around, and I'm going to tug it pretty good because I want to join those together. I don't want there to be too much of a loop there. I'm going to knit that first stitch, and it's going to create, let me purl the next one so you can see. I'm going to purl this next one, and as you can see, you get this line. That is normal. It's to be expected. Don't worry about that line. If you can see here, that stitch right there, you can't see because it's too dark, got very, very small, and so did his neighbor. This yarn is actually that stitch being skinny on the cable, not fat on the needle. So that's a very normal thing to happen. So again, you're just going to hold that still, and then you're going to begin your knitting. After about the third stitch, you can kind of let go of that cable, and that's going to hold itself. And that's as simple as joining in the round.